So let me tell you about this comment, y'all. This person said, Martell does a lot of stuff I don't understand. Trust me, that's the same way a lot of us viewers feel. So the comment says, like fighting for custody when you didn't have a home. Now, that's point number one. Martell was only fighting for custody against Melody to get underneath her skin. I truly don't feel like he cared like that. Truly, I know that he cares for his kids, but the whole fighting with Melody was just something that he wanted to do to get her attention, to still have communications with her, to still be in her presence, whether it's in the courtroom for a few seconds or minutes or whatever. I just felt like he was that kid, or is that kid that's on the playground that was picking on you and used to say mean things to you just to get a reaction out of you, because any other way you wouldn't like him. So I felt like that was the whole custody ploy. I don't know for sure, but that's just the vibe that it gives me, because there's no need to fight for custody. Those are your children. But I just feel like he wanted a reaction. He wanted to get Melody riled up, because he knows that she truly do not care. Once she signed those divorce papers, it was a wrap. And I just feel like he's the type of person that wants some sort of reaction out of you, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. He is that type that wants anything. And so when Melody took her power away and walked away from the relationship, that's when Martell had to figure out a scheme and plot or whatever, even though it didn't make any sense, even though he wasn't even stable himself. Oh, let me file for custody, let me fight for custody. You know what I mean? And that's what it just clearly is to me, because he's not thinking about his kids. You know what I mean? Because why wouldn't you have a house and things like that established first if you really were concerned and one of your kids with you? It's not making sense. Like, Martell is not even that stable his own self. So I do feel like he was just doing a lot of the stuff he was doing to get under Melody's skin. So that's number one. Number two, this person said he couldn't find a home but got cosmetic surgery. Now, y'all know that Martell seemed like the type to be having his priorities out of order. He got to make sure he look good so he can get his next prey. So to me, I feel like Martell would put the emphasis on his body, his skin, his looks, his physique or whatever, because really he could live with a woman. I think that's how he be thinking. Like, he gonna let his good looks get him through the door, get him a seat at the table. He really don't want to do no work like that for real. So, he had to keep his body right, his face right and tight. That's his bread and butter. So, again, another instance where his priorities be out of order. It will make much more sense to get your home first, establish yourself first as a divorced person. But no, he gonna put that effort into himself, because, like I said, he knows that he is handsome, according to what a lot of women say. I'm not trying to say he's ugly, but Martell's just not my type. I just don't see it for him like that. And it could be like a generational thing or whatever. But he knows that a lot of women do like how he look. Surprise him. No, let me start shading him. Because I don't want to shade y'all or nobody that's like, listen to this and do think he handsome. But he knows that, and he's going to capitalize off of his good looks, quote unquote good looks, to get his next victim, to get his next prey. Just like Sheree. You know what I mean? Sheree is usually the type to go for men with money. So the fact that Martell don't got it like that, she was looking at him for his looks and his body and all that superficial stuff. They ain't fooling nobody. And the third point this person made about Martell was that he's mad about the name change when they're literally divorced. And of course he's going to be mad about the name change, because he knows now that the Holt name is going to have to be popping off of his back. Before, the Holt last name was popping because of Melody, and because they were in a relationship. I'll give them that. But when Melody continued on being a divorcee and people call her Melody Holt, that was also still bringing fame and notoriety to him. But then as she's going back to her maiden name, all that stuff is drying up. He won't be able to access her or have those type of people checking for him without Melody parading herself and being the beauty brand, international brand she is with that last name. So I feel like he's mad. It's going to hurt his pockets, because like the notoriety and attention ain't going to be him no more. Melody is about to get that check, but it's going to be off of her own name. And why would she want to have the same last name as your son out of wedlock? You know what I mean? I just feel like she wouldn't want to do that. That's not going to work, Martell. Like, come on now. So you have no reason to be mad. The only person you need to be mad at is yourself. You made your bed. Now lay in it. You did all this. Because one thing I noticed, I felt like Martell was very cocky during his marriage. Very cocky at the fact that he was cheating. Very cocky and arrogant. And almost, it felt like he was trying to make it seem like Melody was to blame. or Melody was at fault because she wasn't doing whatever he was saying she wasn't doing. And I just feel like that's so rude. And now that it's flipped, I do see a humbler side to Martell, because then he has to deal with the backlash, the repercussions of his action and putting his life back together. I do see an ounce of humility, but at the same time, I'm seeing zero accountability. How did that work? You know, I still don't see that. And I feel like people would empathize and rock with Martell more if they did see that side to him. If he at least said, like, okay, I know what I did was wrong, and try to pick up the pieces. But he don't be trying to do that at all. He always trying to make it seem like it's somebody else's fault. And I don't appreciate that. But other than that, let me know what y'all think and your thoughts on this situation and this comment in particular, how Martell really don't be having his priorities in order. That's what it really comes down to. And I'm not shocked. But other than that, please do not forget to subscribe to this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching, for listening, for commenting. And I hope you guys return. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Man, a girl was heaven sent. Met Synquette, man, a girl was heaven sent.